Yeah, I am the founder of INIGO. It's a business card replacement application. As Ben says, I'll just introduce it. I'm with my two co-founders tonight. Caitlin Edwards is our marketing guru, and Paul O'Killo is our Android developer and kind of Android everything. He also did our database. So I'm just going to dive right into the app. I'm going to ask you a question first. How many of you in the last month have written a personal check? Sent out a personal check by showing it. That's more than I thought. How many of you have mailed a letter? Wow. That's more than I thought as well. All right. How many of you have a business card with them today or used it in the last month? There we go. There's a lot of people. That's what I thought. So business cards right now is a surprisingly growing market. The paper business card has been growing for the last few years. It's about, INIGO.com is about a $50 million industry. And now it's 50 million business cards a year. It's grown to about 70 million business cards in the last few years. So there's two reasons why we believe that this is happening. Because smartphones, even though they replace two of the three things we talked about earlier, they haven't yet elegantly replaced business cards. So, and the two reasons we think is they either focus on the business card itself, or they expect the person to ask, hey, you got the same app that I'm using? Then we can transfer the information. But INIGO looks to change that, because we don't want the other person to have to have the same app. We also don't want them to use a business card. You don't have to bring a business card to the back if you're looking for a replacement app. So I'm going to start off with our home screen. This is our profile. As you can see, you can add any network that you can think about. Websites, emails, Skype, phone, addresses, Facebook, all the networks that you use on a day-to-day basis, and then you can bring those into the INIGO app as your profile. And this is what you're going to be using for your cards. So right now I'm just going to add the Drinks on Tap website. And I already pasted it, so I don't feel like typing it in. But as you can see, you'll get a preview of the website that you're about to add, and I'll save that in there. And it's going to show up once it updates into my INIGO profile. And there it is. So the main part of INIGO is obviously the cards. And we understand you're not the same person during the day that you are at night. You could be working for a professional business as an app developer, or maybe you do software developers. But at night, you might like artwork, you might like going to app events. You're going to have different cards depending on who the person you are today or who the person you are at night. And so we at INIGO know that. And we try to start off by saying, if you want a professional card, I'm going to go in and preview this professional card. You might only want to share your email address and your LinkedIn account. But if you wanted to, like in my case, go to an event like this and spread INIGO, I added a website or YouTube video or my LinkedIn account so you can contact me, and also the Twitter for INIGO. And so obviously there's different profiles you can add, but the most important part of a business card is being able to share it. And how does INIGO do that? So I'm going to go, whoops, sorry. I'm going to go into the founder of INIGO, and I'm going to actually try to send this. And Android phones and also iPhones have different share-to calls. From the INIGO standpoint, we can use any of these share-to calls. In this case, I'm going to go down and find Twitter. And use Twitter as my sharing method. Now, INIGO already types a message for you. You can change that as is. But I'm going to add Drinks on Tap on this line right here. There you go. And I'm going to tweet that, and it's going to go into my Twitter, and it's also going to show up on Drinks at Tap Twitter. Now, we added a quick share feature, because you understand you want to pull out your phone and be able to share as quickly as possible, but you also want to be able to interact with that person while you're talking to them. So on the bottom here, I can send a phone number or an email address as a quick share, and be able to contact that person at a later time. Now, INIGO is web-based, so if anyone wants to pull up this card, or if you pull it up now and look at your Twitter account, and you type in Drinks on Tap, you'll be able to see this exact same card that's on my phone. It'll show up on your phone. And depending on the network that you want to use, the person that's sending the card gets to decide how they want them to connect back. We like to say it's a second introduction. Your first introduction is meeting the person face-to-face, whereas the second introduction is controlled by your LinkedIn account or whatever you decide to share at that time. And we think it's important to us because as you're meeting all these different people, you want to be able to track, what networks you're going to be able to use. And so our last feature that we're introducing this week is going to be in analytics. And business cards are dumb cards, right? You pass out 70 cards a night. You don't know how many times those people get them, how many times those cards get sent back to you, or how many times they simply get thrown away. INIGO's looking to change that. If a person goes out to a sales event or an event like this tonight, I'll be able to pass out, I think I passed out about 7 or 8 cards tonight, see who viewed those cards, and then what networks they clicked on. It gives not only myself analytics on how I'm doing at an event like this, but if I had a boss that told me to come to this event, he would also be able to say, all right, this was a good event for my company because they clicked on my website 8 of the 9 times. So that's kind of INIGO in a nutshell. Do you have any questions? Yeah?
So I'm the only marketing guy in the room. You guys need to understand, Vistaprint is a Boston company. It's been $1.2 billion last year on people printing business cards, and this is their worst nightmare. Andrew, what's that name? Where did it come from? And let's get some marketing on that.
INIGO was, we have a marketing guru, and when we started this company, we throwing around names, and she said, what is a business card? It's an introduction. Hello, my name is Andrew Raymond. Well, that first phrase there, hello, my name is INIGO Montoya. You tell my father. So, that name INIGO is where it grew from. It's called Princess Bride to movies for Hollywood. Haven't heard that. Other questions?
I'm going to take away the mic.